Anthony on Air podcast, and we're back for another episode. On this episode, Ghislaine Maxwell has a makeover. The Brian Laundrie water bottle conspiracy theory. Steve Bannon surrenders today. The rift between President Joe Biden and Vice President Harris. Alex Jones loses his defamation case today. Beto O'Rourke is running again. Golden Girl. Sophia Urista. Frank came up with the title for that one. Credit him. Very funny. If you haven't seen this video of this young lady using the facilities on stage at a concert, we're gonna hang tight. Yeah. The TikTok cheating scandal. Mel Gibson returns in Lethal Weapon 5. Taylor Swift makes a huge comeback. Sesame Street adds an Asian Muppet. Whataburger breaks Kansas City, and the McRib returns. We have the How It's Made video all on this episode.
Do we want to see the How It's Made video?
I don't think so. Let's go. Frankie C in the chair. Hey. How you doing, my man?
Hanging in.
So Ghislaine Maxwell appeared in court today, and what is super interesting about this appearance is she has spent the entire time she's been in prison trying to get out of prison, complaining about the harsh treatment. She can't sleep. She can't shower without the guards looking at her. She's tired. She doesn't have shoes that fit properly. You name it, she's complained about it. She had the eye thing. Remember the bruised eye thing because of the flashlight and waking her up and all that jazz. And she had basically gray hair. She kind of had let herself go, looking like garbage, so on and so forth. Jury selection in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial starts tomorrow. That would be Tuesday, November 16th. She appears in court today, Monday, November 15th, with a full-on makeover. Hair dyed. She's dressed up nice now all of a sudden.
You're going to start seeing jurors, I'm sure. Well, you know what? I mean, why would... If she's trying to get the sympathy, why would she get a whole big makeover? You know, they should... The lawyers should have been like, come as you are. This is the condition you're in. Show them.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I thought she had that whole sympathy thing going there, but who knows? Maybe the lawyers were kind of like, well, that's not appealing. You got to, dress up nice,
Yeah, good. She shouldn't get the sympathy card anyway. So.
I mean, most defendants, they usually do, like even the hardest of hardcore criminals wear suits and ties and nice outfits.
Yeah, they're going to dress them up, sure.
Yeah. So I just found that to be pretty hysterical that she shows up today wearing like business attire.
To the nines.
She's got a blouse on and everything, like a business suit looking thing. And she's she's to the nines. Hair's done all of a sudden. She doesn't have shoes that fit, but they magically let her dye her hair in prison.
Now, yeah, I'm not buying any of that, but like why, what was there's two types whenever you see a trial, you see the defendant two ways. Either they're in like the jumpsuit from prison, or they're in like I wonder if there's a difference which look you get to go into court with.
I think the jumpsuit is like arraignments and quick things like quick hearings and
but if it's a long drawn out thing, they're gonna put you.
Yeah, you get to wear it. You get to dress up every single day. But I just think it's hysterical how, they went with this whole thing and they're basically like, oh, okay, now you're fine. You could just, it's just like everything like I know it doesn't really matter in the long run because the judge wasn't buying most of that stuff anyway. And the jury are the ones who are going to make the ultimate decision regardless. But still, I mean, it just kind of like, I don't know, shows how disingenuous you are to the court. I don't know. I wouldn't have done that if I was in her.
No, and nobody's gonna. No matter what jury, I wonder how long it's going to take to find a jury that doesn't know anything about any of this.
Yeah,
that's going to be forever. And to get anybody that's like a neutral, because who's going to believe her with anything she says on this stand? You got to like fly in jurors that. Like from Antarctica or something, because everybody knows what's going on with this.
231 potential jurors will be questioned starting tomorrow. They will whittle that down to 12 jurors and 6 alternates. So the pool right now is 231, and they're going to get that down to 18.
That's idealistic. That's very hopeful on their part because
mind you,
I think they're going
weeks.
to add to that pool.
Yeah. But
They're
2
not
weeks.
Gonna stop.
They got 2 weeks to do this, to go from 231.
What happens at the end of 2 weeks if they don't have everybody?
I don't think. Well, the trial was. Remember, trial date's the 29th.
No, I get that, but what if they don't settle on the jury by that time?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they kind of have to. I don't know if the judge is going to allow this to.
What if they only got 3 people picked?
No, I don't think it'll be that bad. I think they'll get.
All right,
because
10 people.
The lawyers have to agree on it. So I think the judge at some point just kind of goes, "Hey, we ain't going in. We're not going back. You got to kind of pick the best of what's available here."
Right. I find it amazing that any sets of lawyers can agree on the jury because they have 2 different goals in mind. How they are going to agree on who the jury is.
Yeah.
There should be a middle person picking the jury. This is another chapter from Frank. What was it?
Frankonomics.
I don't know. Frankonomics is good, but it doesn't really. Frank philosophy.
Frankonomics will be the economic portion of your Frank philosophies.
That'll be a chapter title.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll lay it out for you. Here it is.
Okay, please. The word.
There's a defendant, there's the prosecution, and there should be the person in the middle, not the judge. The person in the middle who, maybe people, more than one person, who are like the fact checkers, let's say. So if, let's say, the prosecution is cross-examining or whatever they're doing, and they say something that's flat out false, it's just false, and nobody points it out. Fact checker goes, objection, that's actually not true. This is the real. Nobody says that. No, because
nobody points.
No, the defendant.
It's up to the other side.
It should be, but they don't catch everything, and what's it called?
They don't,
and they're also biased on that. They're also gonna.
Of course they're biased. This is
there
what
should be a middle person besides the judge. That's because the judge is learning this case as they go. If you watch any judge, they're like, I don't really know if it's there should be a person who's life is this case.
The judge is learning as they go.
No, that judge is
this is the top 10, one of the top 10 dumbest things that you have ever said.
I hate you so much. No, when you watch a judge knows the case, but they don't know the intricate facts. But
that's the whole purpose of that's the purpose of a case, is to find out the facts. If you had somebody there who knew the facts, well then they would.
But if the defendant, if the lawyer says something like, you were there on the 3rd, so on January 3rd, blah 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 blah, and fact checkers actually it wasn't the 3rd, it was the 4th. Let's get the facts straight. It's just little things like that to keep everybody honest, when they're asking the questions to the witnesses.
All right, I bet that's up to the other side. That's up to the other lawyers, really, for the most part.
Then the judge shouldn't be, because what if they don't catch that shit?
Well, then they have shitty lawyers and they deserve to go to jail.
So they're gonna go to jail over little technical shit like that.
Yeah.
It'll be more fleshed out in my book.
Okay. Take that one back to the drawing board, I think, a little bit.
There's more to it. I won't bore you here. Buy the book. There's my book.
The book's going to be great. I can't wait for the day that comes out. We're coming on to it. This is it. November 29th. So again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel by now, Facebook or YouTube, or you're listening via any of the, podcast apps, definitely do so, because we're going to be keeping track of everything that goes on here over the next couple of weeks leading into this thing. And then as we get into the trial, we'll have, some sort of a daily recap, whether it's on the podcast or we'll do a quick 2-minute thing on our normal days off, but we're not going to let this slide whatsoever.
Right. Yep. Got to stay on top of it. So here's the whole philosophy behind my thing, just real quick. You know how there's that saying there's this side, like there's two sides to every story. There's this side, there's that side, and then there's the truth.
The truth.
The three sides to every, whatever the hell it is. The person, there's the defendant, there's the plaintiff, or prosecution, and then there's the the people in the middle who have no skin in the game. They're just like, I'm here just to hyper focus on the facts,
right?
Not speculation and all this shit. Like I have it all right in front of me.
I get that, but
I know that's the lawyer's job.
It's
not
even
their side. And
it's not even the lawyer's job. It's the process in which you're gathering the facts. There's usually a dispute in these instances where one person says it's this and the other person says it's that, and that's why you have a trial.
But the facts, no, like the confirmed fact, like these are indisputable facts. Like dates and times and people involved and all the you were here from this time to this time. This, just little things that people might get screwed on. I don't know.
I mean, I get a fact checker, but you're talking about somebody who's already, that's something that's been established in court. You can't have them just like, take their, there's got to be, there's nowhere to get that information from initially.
I don't mean they know how the trial is going to end and they're going along a playbook. No, I'm saying, like, let's say it's you hit.
How much have you had to drink today?
Just this glass, and it's only cranberry juice. This is straight cranberry
with vodka. Is that what you're saying?
Not yet. It's only Monday.
What I was going to say before though was that there's a lot of the big law firms that they have lawyers that their sole focus is jury selection, and that's all they do is just jury selection.
How does that work? They just do jury selection, then they're off the case completely.
Yeah. They come in and they interview the jurors, and it's their job to determine if they would be good or not for their case, and if they figure out if the person's full of shit, if they have any sort of.
I wouldn't want that right? I mean, wouldn't you want the person who picks your jury to then be with you while the jury's being given their information through the trial?
Some of them are good. They can just kind of tell, like, from somebody. Like if I don't like, middle-aged white women, okay, and I'm on that case, it's that there's lawyers out there that, by process of elimination can tell if I'm hiding a bias or not towards their.
No, I get that there are people that are really good at that, but I would then want those lawyers to stick with me and be like, know this jury.
Yeah.
Because if you go in cold, you don't know the jury, Well,
they're all there, but there's like that lawyer will take the lead during this process. And then
like with the.
Yeah.
All right.
With everybody else. And then once that's done, they'll take their seat at the end of the end of the line again or whatever.
Gotcha.
Want to voir dire the witness. Go ahead. The Brian Laundrie water bottle story coming up after we give you the spiel on Jumpstart Coffee Company. Greatest coffee that I have ever had.
Boom.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I have gone 2 days without my Jumpstart coffee, and I am starting to not good.
That's not good. No, get on that.
Yesterday I had during my coffee time, I took my son to the movies. Today I was just my 2:00 coffee time. I was actually had a late lunch today, so that kind of messed me up a little bit, and I don't have my coffee, so I'm in a mood. I'm in a bit of a mood right now. Need that Jumpstart.
That's why you're being a jerk to me.
That's why.
More than usual.
Don't be offended, Frank. That's just the lack of Jumpstart Coffee Company talking. That's basically what it is, my friend.
Gotcha.
Great coffee, great cause. I absolutely love the coffee. Frank loves the coffee. Jay Sams loves the coffee. And everybody who's ordered it from the audience, you can go back and see. We've been retweeting and putting up on stories. They're all loving the coffee, too. It makes a great gift, by the way. Coming up Thanksgiving, coming up on Christmas, Hanukkah. You need to send some gifts to somebody. You need to buy gifts for your employees. Grab a whole bunch of Jumpstart Coffee Company. We can save you 50% with the promo code AOA15. You have to order 15%. What did I say? 50?
Sounded like 50.
All right, 15%. You have to order with a link in the description on this episode or click on the banner at the homepage of anthonyonair.com. Then put the promo code in and you're good to go. You saved the 15%. You got the greatest tasting coffee. I'm telling you, right, Frank? I mean,
It is amazing. It is really
you
good. My
can't
favorite.
lie. Everybody
My,
knows you're the honest guy on the show.
that's true. My favorite is the dark roast.
Right.
And I said that, I think, on the air, and they sent me a couple more bags of it, and we can't get enough of it. It's
Which was
amazing.
nice. But you
Very
haven't
nice.
seen anybody say, "Oh, I ordered it and it was just okay," or I didn't
Nope.
really like it. No.
Nope. No. I haven't seen anything negative about it. And
Yeah.
my wife makes it all the time. She's like, she's hooked on it. So
It's
it's good
5-star
stuff.
reviews across the board from everybody. The light roast, the medium roast, the dark roast. They all have different characteristics. They are all phenomenal. And we said great cause, and that is the support of the Navy SEAL Foundation. 50% of their profits go to the Navy SEAL Foundation. Truly, truly extraordinary. Jumpstart Coffee Company, proud sponsors of the Anthony on Air podcast. We wish we were worthy of such a great sponsor. We're not, but they stick with us anyway, which is quite lovely.
They're upstanding citizens.
Order with the link in the description below. Thanks to Jumpstart Coffee Company for all of their wonderful, wonderful support. So let's get into this water bottle conspiracy theory, Frank.
Yeah. What is this?
Lots of conspiracy theories surrounding Brian Laundrie. We have been ignoring a lot of them. I saw one that drove me crazy. Now, we talked about the one where they found the gun. A fisherman found a gun.
Right. Yeah. And could have been anybody's gun.
Could have been anybody's gun. We said that. But the interesting thing about it was in a location where Brian Laundrie was known to have been, especially since he returned from when he returned without Gabby.
Right.
That's where he went with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Dog the Bounty Hunter had been searching in that area. So that was interesting. We brought that one to the air because it was like, okay, long shot, but possibility that this guy dropped this gun or whatever, and then whatever.
I mean, it's not that far fetched.
Yeah. I read one today, not the water bottle one. We'll get into the water bottle in a second, but I read one today just to show everybody the sort of what's the word I'm looking here? The process we go through and not bringing total bullshit to the air. I saw one today that was somebody in Tampa, so not entirely that close. Obviously, same state, but not all that close to where Brian was, and certainly not where he was since he returned with Gabby. Not that we know of. Somebody found a leg. A fisherman again just found a leg. Okay, and the leg had a tattoo on it that said Greg, Sarah, and Zach. Okay.
Oh.
And so I'm reading this story because, of course, it's got Brian Laundrie in the title. And I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with Brian Laundrie? He's got no Zach, Sarah, in his life. It's not like his parents' names or whatever. And then at the bottom of the article, this fucking paper, I forget even who it was. No better than the LA Times, though. Wait, it was the LA Times? I forget who I hate. Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks. It says people even started to question on the internet if it was Brian Laundrie's leg.
Oh, the internet.
And it was like, anonymous questioner, is this Brian Laundrie's leg? I was like, what have we turned into?
Oh, God.
The clickbait. That's why I get mad at people.
Pure clickbait.
When they're like, oh, you're clickbait. Bullshit. We never put anything in the title that we don't discuss at length or show you or talk about or whatever. We
100%.
never do that. Like, that was classic clickbait. Like, you can't be like, people on the internet are wondering. Like, get the fuck out of here.
One person made a comment, maybe, and now it's a Brian Laundrie story.
It's made zero fucking sense.
That is the definition of clickbait.
And
we can't say, look, right here, it says Brian Laundrie, so it's a Brian Laundrie story.
I'm not going to justify that with a link, but people can look it up. That's one of them that's floating out there today. That's for sure floating out there today. Anyway, this one I feel like could be disproven because we watched that video the first time around, and I didn't really notice this, but maybe. Remember the video where they were zoomed in on the parents in the garden?
In the yard, sure.
In the yard, and they thought like, oh, they were handing something to somebody underneath the thing.
Hmm.
If you zoom out of that, there's something on the floor next to the father, and it's kind of hard to see because it's drone footage and it's like this little thing on the floor. But internet sleuths, people are saying, and they do have, some.
Now they're sleuths.
Now they're sleuths.
A minute ago,
idiots.
a minute ago, it was one guy.
Yeah. Now they're sleuths.
Uh-huh.
They're saying that is the water bottle that was in the garden was found near the Brian Laundrie remains. Remember the water bottle, the garden video was early on, right? It was
while he was missing.
Right.
It was, I don't know if it was early on. It may have been like a week before he was found. Maybe a little bit more.
Maybe a little bit more.
But okay, so they say they saw this same water bottle in the yard, and now someone found it. Where?
Somebody found the water bottle. Hang on, it was somebody who put it on Twitter.
Wasn't it like on a trail or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it was in the Carlton Reserve, but now that I'm saying it, I want to just be 1,000% sure, but I'm pretty sure I read that because I have it in my notes here.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. So, I mean, let's say that is the same water bottle. That would mean
it was in the same, found in the same location where he was found.
Okay, so let's say it's the same water bottle from the yard. That would have to mean that the parents, one of two things happened. The parents went searching maybe and took the water bottle with them and lost it. I feel like that would be, if that's the same bottle, that is the simplest explanation.
Yeah.
The parents had it, took it with them. They're gardening, so maybe they had a water bottle with them. Then they take the water bottle on the trail with them to look, and they just lost it somewhere. That sounds like the simplest explanation. The most ridiculous explanation would be somehow Brian Laundrie, they gave him the bottle throughout, while he was on the run, which doesn't make any sense to me, because I feel like when we saw that drone footage, timing wise, he was probably already dead.
Well, that's what they say now, going back and estimating, when he would have been dead. They say he probably would have been dead already.
Then the conspiracy theorists will go, if that's him, we don't know. Maybe it's not him.
It could have not been him, though. It could have been, I mean...
wasn't there a whole thing with the dentist or something?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, that's not what I meant to say. He's dead. I think he's dead. Yeah, I'm not on Team so. Janine here.
Yeah, I think so
he's
too.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he could have not been dead at the time, and maybe they were feeding him stuff or whatever. Maybe he was moving around. I also feel like they followed. I saw one video during this whole hoopla where they followed the parents to friggin' Orlando, where they met like a lawyer or something. I forgot what they were doing in Orlando, but these people were following them like crazy. So I found it hard to believe that they could be leaving the house and, feeding him stuff or I don't know.
Could be middle of the night. They leave it somewhere. I don't know.
But then on the other hand, I hate to sound too crazy here, but the parents could have been off meeting somebody, giving them a bunch of stuff. Parents go home and leave. And the person that they dropped off the crap to goes and meets and brings it to Brian. Nobody would have been following that person.
Yeah, it's not.
That's a lot to organize in a short amount of time.
Right. It's not the simplest explanation. The simplest would be they just brought it on the trail and lost it.
Yeah. I mean, but the fact of the matter is this is all started because you can see, it looks, I mean, it's hard to tell because it's an overhead view, but it looks like there's a green
popular water bottle. Is it like a,
No, not really.
It's like a reusable bottle. It's like a plastic, with a cap, it's one that you would, like a sports bottle.
Yeah, it's like a sports bottle. I mean, right. I wouldn't even put this up on the stage. You probably can't even. You can't even.
Even know. I don't even know where. Was it on that little ledge? Oh no,
it is right there. See that little dark spot?
All right, that's you're gonna identify a water bottle with any kind of significance, and that's the one on the trail. That I feel like the one that little dot you showed me in the first picture.
I mean, it's hard to see for you to see it, but if you were looking at it, it looks like a water bottle.
Fine, it looks like a water bottle, but does it have to be the same water bottle? I don't think so.
It doesn't have to be. And also, and here's the other thing that would totally shoot this conspiracy theory. You know, people buy more than one water bottle. Like I got two of everything because my kids fight and argue over it.
But what I'm saying, that's not a disposable, like single use water bottle, right?
No, it's a regular.
It's a regular one that you can wash and
refill it. Yeah.
All right, so I feel like
we'll never know. Here's the thing that's going to fuel this.
We could know. Well, I guess. I mean, if the people who search the laundry home say, "Here's the water bottle,"
yeah,
they probably know. I'm sure the people involved in the case know.
Well, we're just
the internet sleuths who are trying to figure this stuff out on our own, which with no,
I mean, it's not the most far-fetched thing. There's this water bottle. What's amazing to me is the people, the amount of time that they have to do this work, to be like, oh, Mike so-and-so found who. I want to give credit to. I think it's Mike Reports. Hold on, it's Miker Reports on Twitter. MIKERREOPORTS. Miker Reports. I don't know. So he's the one who found the bottle and has the picture of the bottle. And so then somebody had to go then and comb through all the footage
to see if there was a similar looking bottle anywhere on the property.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that you showed me, I don't know. I'm sure there's a better shot of it somewhere, but it didn't look like anything. And I'm sure I'm just not seeing a good picture from, you're holding it up to a camera. So it might not be the most clear picture, but it doesn't look like you could identify that bottle from almost any other bottle. It didn't look very clear to me. The one that was in the yard, I mean, didn't look like you could look at it and go, oh, that's the bottle. Didn't even look like a bottle.
Yeah.
You're sending it to me?
I gave it to you. You can get a closer look of it.
All right.
Again, I would put it on the screen, but it would be a complete waste of time.
Yep.
All
right, let's see. All right, there's the bottle. Let's see.
Like it also, you gotta. It looks like it could be Photoshop, but there's a lot of people who checked it. It's in the original TikTok video.
See, now what I'm seeing from the bottle in the yard, I see a white cap, and I see whatever writing. It looks like it's written in like a circle almost.
Mm.
Then the bottle underneath, it could be a white cap that's just all muddy and dirty.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's just black and white. I mean,
I'm giving this the stamp of this is a legitimate conspiracy theory approval.
Yeah, I don't.
Not saying it's real. Not saying it's legitimate. I'm just saying the conspiracy theory gets my stamp of approval. This is a legit conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm buying this one. It is like it's a theory. It's not impossible, I guess, but it's a little out there for me. I think there's a little more grounded evidence that I'm sure the cops are looking at than that. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be way off.
Speaking of grounded, your man Steve Bannon's been grounded. He surrendered to the FBI.
My man. Sure.
You happy? Bannon's behind bars where he belongs.
Is he behind bars?
I kind of said that from my man Brian the Cannon Bannon, so maybe he'll have a new promo. Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's funny. There wasn't really much on this other than he's going to surrender today, and you would think that they had, it would be a bit bigger news.
Like when you surrender, you're being held, right? He's being held in custody.
Yeah, but when you surrender, you just walk in and go, "Here I am." You can
right, but. Okay, so then what happens after that? I mean, if he was indicted, there was a subpoena which he ignored. Then he was indicted and he surrendered.
Right. So
what happens next?
He's in custody. He'll go to. He'll have his preliminary hearing. They'll set up everything to go to a case.
See him. Yeah, this is your boy. Let's see how smart he is getting out of this one.
Actually, there's no case. He ignored.
He skipped out on a subpoena.
Well, they'll ask him, "Do you want to go and appear?" And if he refuses, then he goes to jail.
Yeah, I mean,
They have to have that. They have to have that moment.
right, unless there's some really incredible reason that you missed out on, that you couldn't make your subpoena. There's no, you're guilty, I feel.
I'm ignoring a subpoena right now to do this podcast. So
See, that's awfully nice of you.
yeah,
I guess I'll handle the next one on my own.
I'm gonna be like, what was the reason I got here? Well, I had a podcast so
The world will understand.
Yeah.
Or they should anyway.
Yeah. I guess, hold on. I guess he did say that. Was this today here? Hold on.
What? Well, he had to surrender today. Today was the day.
Yeah. How long is initial appearance on contested charges? Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is what he. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. See, I like, and that's what I said. He's planning it this way. He wants to be a martyr. This is what he's gonna do. So here, this is him today.
I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the misdemeanor from hell for Merrick Garland, Nancy Pelosi, and Joe Biden. Joe Biden ordered Merrick Garland to prosecute me from the White House lawn when he got off Marine One. And we're going to go on the offense. We're tired of playing defense. We're going to go on the offense on this and stand by. By the way, you should understand Nancy Pelosi is taking on Donald Trump and Steve Bannon. She ought to ask Hillary Clinton how that turned out for them, okay? We're going on the offense.
Good extra point there, Steve Bannon. What the hell did... What does that mean?
I just don't know. I get the feeling. I don't know. As time goes on, and we move further away, and this is not an anti-Trump thing, but as we move further away from the Trump presidency, I just don't know if the right versus left stuff plays as hard anymore with the majority of the country. For a while, during 2015, 2016, all throughout Trump's presidency, certainly through a majority of the portion of 2021, I felt like politics and right versus left was a crossover.
Was at its height for a long time.
It was a crossover topic. It was a crossover hit, meaning like, okay, in radio, Frank knows what I'm talking about. For everybody else, you have rock songs, you have country songs, you have pop songs, you have hip hop songs, right? And they're all doing well, and things go up the rock charts and things go up the country charts. At a certain point, something will get so popular, it crosses over and goes mostly into the pop charts or the Hot 100 or whatever you want to call it. And we call that a crossover hit. Like now everybody cares. This was a country song 3 months ago, but it's so big now that it's a crossover hit. And it's the same thing with, there's always going to be people who tune into CNN and Fox News religiously and hate the other side. That group, that sect of people is always going to be there. But from the time that Trump started running till, like I said, even a couple of months ago, even like a month ago, right versus left politics was the mainstream crossover focus. Everybody was interested. Everybody was involved. People who don't normally get involved were involved. They wanted to know. They wanted to read. I just feel like there's a lag and there's a lack of, there's an exhaustion for it.
Yeah, that's the way it used to be. It used to be before the craziness. It was, you were interested. If you were interested in politics, you paid attention. Every now and then you pay attention to the big stuff. Otherwise, you went about your life.
Yeah.
That's the way it was. And then all of a sudden it was a big friggin', the only thing that was being talked about was politics, and it's exhausting. And so now
people have been
like,
complaining about it being exhausting, and people have been quitting on it for a long time, but I still feel like it was a big deal. Now I kind of just, again, the pandemic is kind of, slowing down a bit. That's not even big news anymore. If you've noticed, too, in the last couple of days, the vaccine, kind of not that big of a story that much anymore.
Well, other things are, jumping up, grabbing headlines now. So that's,
Of course. But I bring it up because I see what Bannon is doing, and it's very possible it gets reignited. It's very possible that if Trump runs again in 24, it gets reignited and becomes a thing again. I don't know. I just feel like right now more I really honestly feel, Frank, and you tell me how you feel. For the first time over the last month, 2 months, maybe even 3 months, for the first time since before 2015, people just don't care that much anymore, and it's really started to slow down. Like even my friends that are like, Biden's ruining this country, even them, they're kind of like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of, it's slowed down a little bit, I feel.
Yeah, no,
I could be wrong.
I agree, and I have no problem with that. I long for the days
I also,
when nobody was like,
I know.
we weren't waking up, looking at your friggin' phone, wondering what the hell disaster happened. I remember those days fondly, and
Yeah.
they were great.
I also think that the passing of the infrastructure bill, even though it was primarily Democratic driven, you did have Republicans on there and in there working on stuff, and it was a great compromise, and it was something. Like people may
Yeah,
disagree with it,
it's
people may
huge.
think it's bad, but it was something. And government doesn't always do something. I mean, if you look at all the presidents, they kind of get 3 or 4 things done, and maybe one of them's kind of like a major thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I don't understand. Trump was for 4 years, infrastructure. We got to fix our airports, our roads, our bridges, or this or that. Everybody's like, yeah. And then Biden comes out with an infrastructure plan that gets passed, and everybody's like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know. It's like you were
Well, that's par
just
for the
screaming
course.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want? What do you want? Anything. It's whatever if it's good, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if the other guy's doing it. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I agree, and the Republicans complained about this. And honestly, if the Republicans and Trump did this, it wouldn't be that far off. I mean, you'd probably have a swing in spending on the environmental crap, but other than that, you still need bridges and tunnels and roads and all that kind of
infrastructure is important. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't want shit falling apart.
While we're on it, Biden and Harris, let's talk about this. Let's bring in our Kamala Harris expert. That's Jay Sabs. What up, Jay Sabs?
Hello.
Look at you. You look lovely tonight. You dressed up for the podcast, or did you have a prior engagement?
Obviously I was doing another podcast, so.
Got it. For once, I would like it if Frank would just be on the same page as us, because we're often matching, and he's in a bright red T-shirt.
Listen, I gotta stand out, on this podcast.
Plus, he's wearing red for a Tay-Tay, so.
Oh yeah, that's what I.
Oh, is that Taylor Swift?
Mm-hmm.
It took me a second to get that. Okay. All right, I'm in with the kids. I'm cool.
I'm a huge Taylor fan, but I did not wear this.
We're gonna talk about Taylor coming up.
Taylor.
I have a good story about Taylor too. Go ahead.
All right, awesome. Biden and Harris. These two are not fucking talking to each other, and nobody's really talking about it that much.
What do you mean they're not talking?
He gave her. Well, here's the story today.
Chlamydia?
What?
Wow.
He gave her chlamydia.
Well, the first story is that I forget who it was. Jill Biden told Kamala to go fuck herself or something like that before she picked her on the ticket because they were fighting about something at the debate. I don't know. School buses, segregation, some shit. I don't forget what it was.
Something.
Now, he gave her the border to do, and then she kind of flubbed that a bit, I guess you could say. Didn't really go down there or actually do anything for the most part. And there's an insider or somebody with knowledge of the situation. You know how this goes. But they said it to CNN. Basically, they got the Kamala Harris camp got all pissy because when the media attacked Buttigieg for taking...
Here we go with this fucking pronunciation. Go ahead.
That's it. It's Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg or whatever.
Buttigieg. It's like
Buttigieg.
Buddha and the guy in the
Listen to
courtroom.
me.
Judge.
Listen.
Okay,
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg.
When everybody was attacking Butterfingers, okay, there was Joe Biden to hold his little hand through the entire thing. And that apparently burned the ass of Kamala and everybody else because they've been shitting all over her because she doesn't go down to the border. And Biden wasn't there to defend her whatsoever. They're
Right.
saying that he's hanging her out to dry, which is
Isn't that
kind of
normal?
evident.
Sharon.
It's
Isn't that
kind-
normal for like the president and the vice president are like usually not really very close?
No, our last two were very close until one didn't. Until one blew it on January 6th and ratified the election,
Yeah,
and then
and
they had their parting of ways. But up until that
that's a
moment,
nice way of putting that.
they were peanut butter and jelly, and so was Biden and Obama. They
That's
were
true.
Yeah, they
pretty
were.
close, and Bush didn't do anything without Cheney kind of telling him what it was to
Well,
do.
that was Cheney was a little power hungry there.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had a split president vice president in a long time. I mean, even Bush and Reagan disagreed on something. I forgot what it was, but they were together for quite a while before they had their little split.
Right. So, I mean, how long has this Biden-Harris thing been going on?
Since they, like I said, they had that little thing before, when they were running against each other.
Yeah,
in the
but they've been
primary.
together since on stuff. They've been at similar things.
It's kind of like he picked her because she was a female and, a minority. And then, he used her, he got in, and then it was like, all right, go
Yep.
sit. You've seen Veep. She
Never mind.
She can't get 5 minutes with the president.
President call? No.
That show is so fucking funny. So anyway, that's really it. I just wanted to touch on that. These two are not talking to each other. And then this insider, who supposedly is a former aide of Harris's, was the one who came out and complained about the whole Butterfingers thing and the fact that he got protected by the president. They were all there for his defense, and meanwhile they shit all over her for the border thing, and they're like, they're looking the other way, clearing their throats. So
I don't know, man. I don't know much about the whole Buttigieg thing.
well, we'll look into
Me either.
Butterfingers a bit more.
Because I don't know who that is.
He's gonna fix the supply chain issues. That's all you need to
Oh,
know.
okay, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
just
Mayor
get on
Pete.
board. Alex Jones lost his
Nice can.
defamation case. What happened there?
I said nice can.
Oh, okay. You've been drinking a lot during the shows. You okay? Everything
No,
okay?
this is an empty can from last time, which I didn't move. Oh,
What
I'm
is
gonna
that?
get in trouble. It's a high noon.
Ah, very nice.
8 families who lost loved ones in the 2012 Sandy Hook massacre, and an FBI agent who responded to the scene represent the 4th defamation case that Sandy Hook families have won by default against Alex Jones, the Texas-based host of InfoWars.
So what did they do? He said that stupid shit, and then they sued him
Right.
for
Yes.
saying that stupid shit. I wonder. So, my cousin's cousin was actually one of the little boys, and I wonder if who was
died?
killed. Yeah, he was
Okay.
one of the ones who died. I wonder if his parents are on that lawsuit or not. I mean,
Could
like
be.
I couldn't even imagine, like,
Something
know.
happens like that to you, and then there's a really famous person going, "No, that never happened. That's a hoax."
yeah, but like it's stupid that he's even famous. Anyway, obviously he's famous
Agreed.
for this specific
Hey,
reason.
Janine,
but like,
we agree to get on this one.
whoa.
Not a fan of Alex Jones.
Big time.
Look, I get conspiracy theories, and I think that there can be a truth to some of them, but this one is like, what?
There's
I
no
never
basis.
I never really looked so much into this one, but just because I was like, yeah, like that kind of hits a little too close, like I'm not going to even go for that and read this because obviously I know it's true.
Yeah.
And even before knowing that one of my cousin's cousin was one of the little boys, it hit me like I watched so much news coverage on it. It was like a second 9/11 to me. No joke.
I was just gonna say that it was fairly, again, it's not like these things need to be ranked, but it was one of those days where I
Yep.
feel like the whole country stopped and it
Yep.
hit everybody
huge.
really hard, I think.
And
Huge.
actually, a friend of mine so she also had a stillbirth. That's how I met her. She lives in that town now. And her kids go to that school.
Oof.
And, she was like, it was very eerie. Like, what do we do? Like, but it's almost like they couldn't not do it. Like couldn't not go back to school. And, but she said like, they do like a really beautiful thing every December. And it's really like, but she said like the whole town was like, I mean, like, it was like, you're living in a movie. That's what she said it was like.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't believe. And so my point is, for this guy to say that this wasn't true, it's like, how do you?
Well, this
I
is
don't
what
know.
happens.
Like that to me is like, pick, okay, 9/11. That's another thing too that hit close. But like, I don't know. Don't involve kids. You know what I mean? Like, just don't even start
To
with
say, when that something like that happens, and to go out there to all your viewers and listeners and go, nah, I don't believe it's real. And then there are actual families who lost their kids. It's like you're fanning a flame that doesn't need, you're
right.
you're
Pick
shitting
something
on
else.
these people,
Pick
on these
something else,
memories.
then.
Exactly. You don't have to. Not everything is a conspiracy theory. Number one, and number two, know what you're talking about. Try to do your research.
What I wonder, because I really do wonder this about people. Do you think he actually believes it, or do you think he just does it to get the publicity? That's what I like. Could he really be that dumb? I don't think so.
That's a great question.
I think a lot of it is
could you really just
show.
do it? Yeah, it has to be. It has.
I think a lot of it is, and he just plays it up, and because it gets people, it gets viewers
riled
or
up.
whatever.
Obviously, I'm riled up right now. Boom.
Yeah, I don't think he believes every single conspiracy
No,
theory
I don't
he
think
says.
he can't.
I don't know though.
If not, I have
maybe he does.
zero faith in humanity. Then
I mean, in the beginning, maybe, but I think people like that kind of get so wrapped up in their bullshit that they get
go
a little
lost.
Yeah. Even Joe Rogan, I said this before. I respect him. I think he's great. I still think he does good work to this day. I'll never tell anybody not to watch or listen. But even him, to a degree, and he has said this too, like, the problem with conspiracy theory people is everything becomes a conspiracy theory. And Joe's not a conspiracy theory person primarily. The guy does he does podcasts in its purest form. It's just a conversation. But even him, I feel like he's a little bit wrapped up in his own world, where he's kind of like with all the stuff that happened with the when he got COVID, and he was like, I'm just, treating my body normally the way everybody else should. That's a detached thing to say, because
not everybody's like you.
Right. Not everybody can call their fucking doctor who can write them their own private prescription for 11 fucking things. Like, people can't do that.
Not everybody is in your kind of shape without major pre-existing conditions and all this stuff.
I have a major problem with that too, because he's like, we should be focused more on health and, keeping people's weights down and vitamin C. And it's like, motherfucker, you don't think that information is out there? You don't think that there has been an attempt to educate people on health for years? People just don't give a shit. And
I was going to say, people don't care.
Yeah. And that was what was interesting when he sat down with Sanjay Gupta. That was an interesting conversation. He was like, he said to Sanjay, by the way, Sanjay got scooped a lot during that. Like, Joe owned him a lot in that podcast. But the one moment where Gupta kind of had him was, he was like, we should be more focused on keeping people healthy and keeping their weights down so that this isn't a problem. And Sanjay was like, when you scream something and then the person that they're talking to finally fucking says it, he's like, how are you going to get the whole country to lose weight in the next, 3 months? He's like, it's not going to happen,
Yeah, we got to deal with the problem as it exists right now.
As it exists right now, exactly. But I think Alex Jones is the same thing. I think he started saying this stuff, it caught fire, and then
he got carried away.
And not even this. I think because he was doing conspiracy theories long
Yeah.
before this.
But this one I think is like it's a highly sensitive case because it has to do with kids. So
Yeah.
that's why it's like it gained a lot of publicity too. Like, and plus, I mean, it was a school shooting in Connecticut with a kid who got his mom's guns or whatever, his family's guns, whatever.
Right.
And then he actually goes to school and kills kids. Obviously teachers were killed too, but like it's a highly sensitive subject. So
yeah,
I think that's why.
You got to have somebody that could be in that room that goes, actually, I don't know if this is a good idea to go down this.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. I don't know if anyone told him that either,
But I can remember, I don't know if it was 60 Minutes, and I hope somebody watching or listening can back me up on this. I remember seeing a piece on people who did not believe that this was true. And there was this fucking middle-aged guy, this just loser, homebody, nothing. And he was on the computer and they were interviewing him and they were like, why don't you believe that this happened? He's like, I'm not buying this shit. And then they showed him, they were watching on a computer. I wish somebody could find this. I know it's out there. They were watching on the computer one of the parents who lost a kid. And she was crying and telling her side of the story. And he was looking at it and he goes, she's just doing this for the attention. And I just was like, Frank's reaction was my reaction. I was like, I cannot believe. You had to see this guy. Dude, like 6 minutes of the interview was this guy. You could not convince him that he was wrong.
A piece of...
That's crazy.
Doing it for the attention.
Yeah.
Her kid is no longer
Dead.
On Earth, is dead. And she's doing this for the attention.
Yeah.
She wants attention. That's what she wants.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Piece of crap.
Anyway, that's Alex. You got anything else on that, Janine?
No, I still can't believe that he thinks this is a fake, like that this didn't happen. It's just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You know what? I'm not. You know me. I'm a freedom of speech guy. I'm a podcast hosty entertainer guy. We say crazy shit. We all say crazy shit on here. Jokes are fine, but this was not even saying shit for shock value, which was more a 90s thing. I'm not opposed to that either, but this guy fucking carried this on for a long period.
No, this guy was crisis actors and this and that. It's like, stop it, you giant lunatic.
Absolutely crazy. Speaking of giant lunatics, Beto O'Rourke is running again in Texas. And
why not?
Well, I'm obsessed with this guy because I don't know what the fuck he's ever done besides lose elections.
I don't even know who he is, so
and they
it doesn't
keep
even matter.
putting him up for elections.
No, he's running again. It's not like he keeps, they put him up. He's running.
Yeah, but he keeps losing. He lost to Cruz,
which is mind-boggling.
In the senator thing, and then did he run for something else or no? Is this the next thing he's just running for? But you yourself, Frank, you said this yourself. You don't like it when celebrities run.
He doesn't like that. Frank does not like that.
But he's not a celebrity.
I mean, he's not a politician. He's never done anything.
So was what's it called?
He's not even a successful
AOC.
businessman. I don't even understand this guy.
No, what my problem is celebrities using their popularity and fame to get elected and they have no
okay, it's not more worrisome. It's not more worrisome when it's not a celebrity who's just being propped up because he's like a good-looking face.
That's
he's
a
smart,
good point.
If he's smart and knows what he's doing and is not using his fame, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
By the way, here's where I'll disagree with you. Here's why I don't mind AOC, because she ran for the House of Representatives. Yeah. That to me, you could do it there because it's a local, it's a local thing. People are. I don't even know how many House of Representatives we have. It's like thousands. It doesn't even matter.
He's in the House of Representatives too.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll look him up.
No, he's not.
Member of the U.S. House of Representatives from Texas's 16th District.
Did he run for something?
Yeah,
And
his
win?
Wikipedia is he's an American politician who represented Texas 16th congressional district in the United States House. He's not in it now, but he was in the House of Representatives from 2013 to 2019. So he has political experience.
Was that after he ran for?
He ran in.
Was that after he ran against Cruz? When did he run
That
against
was
Cruz?
2018. That was 3 years ago.
Cruz was 2018.
Lost me.
Yeah.
You lost me there for 2 minutes.
Sorry.
Like someone down
Sorry,
for a minute. No, I'm sorry.
Beto O'Rourke ran against Cruz in 2018 and lost. But he was in the House of Representatives from 2013 to 2019. That's it. Now he's looking to run again against Cruz.
Are you sure about that?
According to Wikipedia, take that for what you will. But I don't know why they would lie about his Beto O'Rourke's term in the House of Representatives.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
And he wanted to run for president in 2020, but didn't, Biden.
That's right.
Obviously.
Yeah, that's right.
Got the nomination.
What did he do for, like, what was his, he came out of nowhere, this guy.
I don't know. I mean, 2013, that's before we gave a crap, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. All right, well, he's at it again, governor. I don't know. You think he can win?
In Texas, it's very hard to get a Democrat.
Yeah, fuck no. The answer was fuck no.
Okay.
Golden Girl Sophia Urista.
I just think it's funny that the first 3 letters of her last name are very close to urine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think of urine when I see that name.
Urista sounds like a part of the body that helps you urinate.
Yeah. So this girl was on stage in a band called, what is it, Brass Against?
Something like that, I think so.
Which is that a Rage Against the Machine?
Oh God.
Like
Who?
Like brass band?
You don't know who Rage Against the Machine is?
No, I do, but I don't know who this girl is.
No, I never heard of her either.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
did.
Before this, no.
She's the front woman for a cover band, Brass Against, which is a Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, I know where this story is going. Go ahead.
Yeah, and she I think she was on American Idol or something. She was on one of these.
Got Talent, or one of those things,
Yeah,
right?
she was on one of the shows beforehand. But she tinkled on a guy's face on stage in front of a lot of people.
I cannot believe you think that I would do this.
Okay, let me preface.
No. I think he meant you wouldn't be grossed out by it. Not that you would do it.
No,
I think he would do it. I
thought you would do it. I thought you would have done it. Well, you like to pee in public. I don't know. How do I know it's not on somebody?
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
You calling me a bad person?
Do you have uromycetitis? Come on, Seinfeld reference.
Did you?
By the way, I want to tell you something.
What? Did you forget that you peed in public? That you peed?
I did forget I peed in public, and now I get the whole joke. But
got it.
I know you guys love Seinfeld, and I don't.
No.
But Larry David, curb your enthusiasm. I'm sorry, it is 10,000 times funnier than Seinfeld, and it makes me laugh. It actually makes me laugh out loud, and that's very hard for me to do when watching TV. Fucking hysterical. Done. That's it.
Well, it's HBO. They're a little looser with the jokes,
Yeah, and
as opposed to NBC.
I know, but you know what, Dolores.
That's great.
I just think his humor and you're gonna think I'm great. His humor and Seinfeld, it's a totally different show. Not only because he can go a little, get a little more vulgar, but that's not even what's funny. Just him, I think he's funny.
Well, yeah, he has.
And yes, I would date him.
Okay. Well, he has a different personality, but he wrote and created Seinfeld.
Yeah, but you know what? He should have put more of whatever he does for Curb. Put more of that into Seinfeld, and it would have been a hit.
It would have been a hit. I think you make a great point, because when all is said and Curb is still going, and when all is said and done, it may turn out to be the better
It
for the
is.
show.
No way.
Yes. Oh, Frank, it is. Okay.
It might
Even-
be.
No.
Me and my
Blasphemy.
roommate were laughing out loud last night,
Oh,
but
well
we
then.
always,
Kate, well, your roommate.
Did
As
you
in your
say
husband?
roommate?
yeah.
What, your husband or the homeless guy?
Hard to tell at this
The
point, Frank.
homeless guy, he likes Curb, and my roommate likes Simon.
When does he officially move in? Homeless guy.
Whenever the heat turns on in my house.
Oh, that's any time. Whenever he moves in.
Yeah, when it
No,
gets
but
too
anyway,
cold out.
yeah. So go back to this disgusting girl
this
that
is-
you
I
think I
mean-
would enjoy doing this to someone.
Now, Frank didn't watch the video. I kind of want Frank to watch the
I
video.
got the idea.
I
She
think you
pees on the
should-
guy's face.
I think you should watch the video.
I don't think I should watch this video.
We can't play the video. I mean, we can, but we would,
Yeah.
it's not worth it for us to play it. There's a link in the description below, by the way, if you're
I think. I
watching
mean,
or
is this just what was the
okay, so
deal? She just had to go and couldn't get off stage.
Yeah, she had to go. She was at the Rockville Festival when she told the crowd she had to pee. She said, I gotta pee. I can't make it to the bathroom. She told the crowd. So we might as well make a show out of it, she then said. I think she asked for a bucket at first. And
This
then
guy's last name happens to be Bucket.
she she brought a male fan onto this stage and instructed him to lie down. And then
And this guy had no problem with this.
you have to watch the video. Let's get the video on your phone. I sent you the video.
I'm good.
I think you should watch it.
Just watch it.
Just watch it.
I'm good though.
I gotta tell
I
you
get
something.
the idea. I got the idea.
The same way my jaw dropped with that guy and the Sandy Hook thing is the same way my jaw dropped with this video. I was like, I can't believe this was happening.
I mean,
I can't believe this guy allowed this to happen. But I guess this is some
allowed. He
people's
laid
kink.
down on the floor and waited for it.
I mean, I don't
It's
know.
a thing. It's a
People
thing.
are into it, fine, but
People
will
enjoy
say,
peeing on each other.
Sophia's pretty hot. I mean, she's pretty hot.
still, you got to be so hot you're spinning. No,
I just think
so
that
excited.
I think that this guy's gonna. I think the next story we're gonna hear out of this is this guy suing her because he's gonna be like, I got on stage
now I have COVID.
and I thought and I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like, I mean, did she say who wants to get?
I think there was ample warning. I saw the video up until just before, and he was laying on the ground. And
It's
she
a minute video. Come on, play the video.
squats over.
Keep the audio close so we can hear it. Come on.
I really don't want to watch this.
I know you don't. That's why we want you to watch it.
No, I'm good. I get the idea. You play.
Frank,
you play the video.
Frank is going to get a hard on. That's why he doesn't want to watch
I'm
it
afraid
right
of
now.
that. Yeah, I'm afraid that's what's gonna happen.
Why don't you want to watch the
It's
video?
gross. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, but you won't. You're not curious. Like, I mean, you have to see this. You really do.
I have to see it.
You have to see it. It's not what you
Good,
think
I got
it
the
is.
idea. I got
You
the idea.
must.
Janine, did you watch it?
Yes, of course I did.
Yeah, you're the
You
only.
got it on repeat in the background right now.
You're the only one who hasn't watched it. Half the audience has watched it by now.
Good for them.
You really don't want to watch it?
I don't want to watch it.
Come on, big man. You can turn it off whenever you. All right,
I've
Start it.
seen. All right.
start it from a minute, and then you can stop it whenever you want.
I've done that.
Go
I
ahead, but
stopped
go a
it
little
just
farther than
before.
you went.
Oh, okay. You know, it's
Just go
peer
a little
pressure.
farther.
You're starting to bully, and I'm not appreciating that.
Come on.
I'm good. I see it. I get it.
All right, go
If
ahead.
She
Start
pees on
the-
his face.
Play the audio. You can stop whenever you want. Go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead. Well, because the people need to hear some of it at least.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I like how this is best camera angle is the name of this video. The band doesn't seem to stop. And we're stopping. Okay. She pulls her pants down and she just squats her ass over this guy's face, and it's just I can tell what's gonna happen.
I mean, that sounds like a good Friday night to me.
Up until a certain point.
Right.
That's the crazy part about it. Up until she starts going It's like,
Like-
oh, this is gonna be good. Kind of nice.
I know it's kind of like weird. You're like, okay, now your whole Janini is hanging out, and now I mean, you could see it on stage, I'm sure, or from the stage. So hello,
That guy got a good
yeah,
feel.
exactly.
Oh, he sure
But-
did.
Was it like let me ask you this. Was it like a Tom Hanks in League of Their Own kind of thing, or was it quick?
I'm not answering that, and neither
Okay.
is Janine.
Nope, you have to watch it for yourself, Frank. If you
Answer in the
really
comments,
wanna know.
please.
Why don't you watch 10 more seconds?
Because I could tell you what's going to happen.
Honestly,
It's
no, because
it's a very predictable video.
it is. But there's something that happens that I would love to get your opinion on, and I want to talk about, and you won't watch the video.
What happens?
You guys just gotta watch it. You just gotta
Come on,
watch
Frank.
it, so we could talk about this
Bunch
one
of
thing that I feel
Bullies,
like
man.
no other podcast would
Participation.
talk about. Like, people are going to talk about this, obviously, but nobody's going to talk about it the way that we're going to talk about it. How long into this are you now? What's the time?
Not very. 6 seconds.
Okay, so you started over again. All right, just
Yeah.
so I know.
Oh God. What?
Oh. Fucked up. Thank you. Done. What was the thing? The big thing that was supposed to happen?
All right, now, is it me, or was there an uncomfortable amount of time between
Yes.
the time that she started the
her pants.
hover
Yes.
till when she actually went? That's like 12 seconds.
Yeah. You
You
know what?
gotta-
She probably got stage fright.
Yeah, and plus you had to sing that last couple
This
of
is
notes.
legitimately stage fright, by the way.
I don't think this girl has an ounce
Oh,
of
I
stage
think-
fright.
I think, like, you know,
I think
No.
she urinated all
Subconsciously.
the stage fright right out of her.
You get stage fright in a bathroom. She literally had stage fright. This is the
you know
most.
what I get. You know what I get.
Yeah.
She had stage, I don't give a shit. I don't think she had stage fright.
Yeah.
That's the least amount of stage fright I've ever seen in anybody.
How that guy didn't bail in that 6 second span of time is
Maybe he
beyond-
didn't
I know
believe it was
why.
going to happen.
Well, obviously he knew it was going to go viral, so he was like, "Ah, fuck it, I'll just be part of this." That's it.
And when it starts happening, you would think, even as like a goof, he'd be like, all right, I'll get, oh, this will be like a funny little thing, a little on my forehead, big deal. I'll get up and watch. He stuck around for the entire
Yep.
performance, if you will.
Man.
Cool. What? It's
That's-
weird.
Yeah,
Did they go on with the rest of the show? Like nothing happened? Everything
I
was-
guess so.
Did that guy, I mean, I wonder if he was like with anybody and they were like, yeah, you're taking a cab home. You're not getting in my car. Get the hell out of here.
That's what I need
So
to know.
weird.
Who is this guy, and how did he allow this to happen?
Let's get him on the show.
I mean,
I
you
would
got to be a
love to
real
talk to this
fan
guy.
of this band. And I've never been that big a fan of any band to let that happen, let alone a cover band.
Right. You tell me if Lars
No,
did that, you wouldn't do that.
no, I would
Okay.
not.
Okay, also, Frank, and you
Mhm.
probably didn't notice, but the other hilarious part about this is watching her bandmates.
Just
Hmm.
like,
Yeah.
Is
just
she really
happening.
doing this?
Again, is there nobody in the room that could be like, hey, I don't know if this is a good idea to actually do this. Go off stage and do it.
Yeah, the trumpet guy was like, I gotta perform right there. I don't want to
Yeah.
step in that.
Yeah. It was hysterical. The
Too
band.
bad. Too bad the trumpet guy didn't make like a fart sound as she bent over, because that would have been better, right?
The band released a statement today saying, we had a great time last night at Welcome to Rockville. Sophia got carried away. That's not something the rest of us expected, and it's not something you'll see again at our shows. Thanks for bringing
Oh,
it last night.
She
Daytona.
got in trouble for that. Yep.
I don't
She
see
got in
like,
trouble for that. For them.
why.
Yep.
Though? Why would she get in trouble? It's two people that knew what was going on. I guess for the audience didn't expect it. I guess that
Well, my thing is, okay, let's go back to the conspiracy theory side. Is
Here
this
we
a
go.
guy that like travels with the band or something? Is he?
Right.
Because how do you know Like, who voluntarily wants to get pissed on?
There are
No,
people.
like I said, exactly. There are some people,
Okay,
both males and females, who like this.
I would agree. Okay, I'm not saying that, but there's one thing between liking that and then liking that in front of thousands of people and the internet, because you know that shit's getting filmed.
Yeah.
Exactly. He probably just wanted to be, infamous.
Yeah,
Infamous.
the pissing guy. I
Yep.
don't
That's
know.
the guy. I mean,
The TikTok cheating scandal. This has gone crazy, crazy viral. This woman on TikTok, she said that she caught her.
Wait, did I see this? Go ahead.
Okay, she said that she caught her boyfriend and her friend
Oh.
cheating.
Okay.
I feel like there are a bunch of these, and they all seem staged to me.
Thank
You
you.
know, you see these videos, they walk in with the phone, like, oh my God. And it's like all.
Can you
Yeah,
play the
everybody-
video or no? I wonder if it's the one I saw then.
I can. It's the one where she's folding laundry.
I can't remember now.
Here's what drives me crazy. It's got 14.5 million views. And it's just the friend. She's taking a video of the friend
Oh, wait, maybe. Yes.
folding laundry. And it says, when you give your friend a place to stay and she sleeps with your man.
Yes, I did see this.
And they don't know because you hid the camera.
That's right.
That's got 14 and a
I did
half
see this.
million
I did
views.
see this one.
Okay.
So what does it actually show? Just her folding laundry?
That's it. 14.5 million views. Then she puts out a video with 3.2 million views saying she's got the thing and she's going to show everybody. Then she puts out a video with 2.1 million views that says, I am having trouble downloading the video and uploading it. It's a little difficult right now.
BS.
Right. And that was 3. 4 is a picture of her. It's a picture of her in a camera lens saying exclusive interview coming soon. You can see her fixing her hair. And that's that's a DSLR camera, right? That's 4. Then she posts a video to go live or not to go live, where she's going to release the video and doesn't release the video. 1.4 million views. Then the next one, crazy viral again, 13.9 million views, where she confronts her friend, but you never actually see anything that really happens. Here, I'll play this for you guys with the audio.
So I got a question for you. Did you sleep with my man while I was at work? Yes or no? Did you sleep with my man while I was at work? No. Why would I sleep with your man? You slept with my friend while I was at work. What are you talking about? Like I don't got the footage and shit. Bitch, why you sitting here lying? Hey, chill out. Damn, y'all tripping. Chill out.
Okay, and by the way, isn't it awfully coincidental that the man comes home
While they're fighting.
at the exact moment in the 17 seconds that she decides to confront her friend?
Very staged. I thought he was coming in from another room. He just comes through the front door.
Oh, maybe he was.
But it seems very, I don't know. It seems kind of staged.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch every single video that you posted now.
And it's kind of convenient that the proof video, every video is fine except the proof video.
Then she said, then the next video, 2.1 million views, going live at 6. Stay tuned for all the questions to be answered.
Ooh.
And then the next video after that is, y'all know they blocked my live, shaking my head.
Oh yeah.
I'm not buying it.
Likely story.
I've seen on TikTok, you see all these people. Oh, you ever see those videos where they're going through cards, and it's like, oh, this person cheated. They're about to find out, and it's like all the cards say that. They're just showing them. The guy's blindfolded, and he's just going through cards, and then it never gets to the last thing. It's like, well, this was a waste of time because nothing happens. I think that's what this is. It's just a video that took off that I don't think she meant for it to get so big. That's
what she said.
Boom. First one of the show. Count it.
Here's
the last.
okay. here's the other one, because this also has millions of views, and the only reason why I'm bringing it up right now is because that one went viral, and then this other one went into they started writing about it. It was in the Post. It was in the Sun.
Oh yeah.
Did you see this one about the swingers?
Which one? Because there's a swinger couple that always comes up on mine, and I'm like,
Well, you got a couple pineapples in the house. What's happening with you now? What don't we know?
And Adirondack chairs.
I let my mom. Adirondack chair. I let my mom and sister sleep with my husband.
I did see this one.
Oh,
yeah. Now, quite a title. Because that's quite a title.
And it only can come from the New York Post.
I was going to say down south.
That's what she said.
I just think this is bullshit. I just, like, here, you can see. Like, by the way, I don't think that I believe that they're swingers. I just don't believe that this is this woman's mother. Like,
you can't really
if you look at the middle one.
Yeah, she could be.
The older lady.
Could be. Kind of messed up, though.
I mean, I guess it's possible. If you're in that lifestyle, I guess maybe there's boundaries of if it's your mom and it's not that big of a deal because it could be anybody. But I'm just not buying it. I'm not. I think, the swinger lady they chose to swing with is a little older looking with the gray hair. And it's like, hey, why don't we title it this and get all these fucking
Could be.
views?
Could be one of those, like, weird fantasy things, and they just made it sound like it was her mom. I don't know. It could be. No,
The closest that's ever happened to me.
Okay.
Here we go. Buckle up.
When me and my husband were going out, and I was like, I don't know, 18, 19, and I was upstairs with my mother, and I knew that my boyfriend was coming over, and he came inside the house, and my mother was
Thank God you said house.
He came inside the house, and he was waiting in the living room, and my mom was in a bra walking around, and she goes, "Is Gaetano here?" And I was like, "No, he's not here yet." She goes down the stairs, and I hear her scream, "Oh, Gaetano, I'm so sorry!"
Oh boy.
And he saw her in a bra. And I just thought that was the funniest thing. And
You think she did that on purpose?
No.
Did you do that on purpose?
Oh, I did it on purpose. Yes, I 100% did it on purpose.
Yeah, she sent him down there knowing that he was down there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's not here yet. No, what are you, crazy?
Oh, okay. Got it.
Go ahead, go downstairs. And she's like, oh, Gaetano!
You're fucked up.
I am fucked up. I am fucked up.
Oh,
just so
boy.
I could bring it up. 20 years later. I did bring it up recently too.
That's what she said.
I got to tell you something. My mother would have stopped talking to me if I did a third of the things that you've done to your mother.
I know. She's a saint, right? A saint.
She kind of is. I mean,
Your mom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Janine's mom.
Both your moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty funny though.
That is pretty funny.
So that's the closest I've ever come to having my mom sleep with my husband.
If you would have dragged this out with mysterious language, you could have had 1 million views on TikTok, Janine.
Oh, fuck.
There you go.
Next time.
Lethal Weapon 5.
Oh, why?
Mel Gibson is going to direct Lethal Weapon 5 because Richard Donner, who was going to direct it, he passed away in July.
That's true.
So now Mel Gibson is going to direct. Here is my question.
Oh, boy.
With the insane racial tirade that he went on that people seem to forget about.
Danny Glover, is he coming back? Is that what you're going to ask? No.
A, how is he coming back? And B, how could fucking Danny Glover sit in a room with this guy?
And going from Lethal Weapon 4, you got Danny Glover, his whole family, and Chris Rock is going to be...
How the hell do you even remember this, Frank?
Yeah.
They were good movies back in the day.
Wow.
Still good movies.
Come on.
Chris Rock. You don't remember Chris Rock in Lethal Weapon 4?
I don't.
Actually, Lethal Weapon 4, you have Chris Rock, Joe Pesci,
right?
Jet Li was in that one.
Jet Li, who was awesome.
There was an insane amount. I can't imagine how much those salaries were for that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, and now, I mean, I don't know how. I'm sure he and Danny Glover have to be on, good terms. I'm sure. I don't know how.
How?
Right. I don't get it, but maybe they talked it out and he's forgiven. I don't know.
If I'm doing press for this movie and I'm interviewing Danny Glover, the first question I am asking is, what was that first conversation like? What exactly did he say to you to make you comfortable with this?
And when did that happen? I
Yeah.
mean, were they always talking? Were they always friends? Before, during, and after the whole.
Yeah, they could have
scandal?
been. I don't know. But I mean, honestly, could you, if you a friend of yours, just laced into, not necessarily your race, but I don't know, whatever sense.
Or just went crazy. Like that.
Yeah, and said shitty things about whatever, women or Metallica fans, whatever.
Or Britney Spears.
It's
Britney
not
Spears.
easy. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure.
Because it's one thing, because by the way, I just want to lay this out for everybody to fully understand. It's one thing if we get into an argument or whatever and I say some insulting things to you. It's another thing if the entire planet knows I said shitty stuff that would offend you and now you're with me.
Yeah, that's true.
That looks even worse because everybody knows.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's hard because here we go. Why?
Wait,
Why?
did he blame alcohol on that? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, he was.
Phone is
He
dying
did.
soon.
He did.
He did. He said he was an alcoholic back then. He's gotten help. He's apologized, but not everybody buys the apology. All this stuff. So it's not easy to Ever since then, his career, everything has been
I know, but here's the thing too. Like, you know how when actors when they tape them on set going crazy on people, like people will say, "Oh, that guy, he's a dick. He's a dick." Like, what's his face? Who yelled on set?
Christian Bale.
Yeah,
you could be a dick, sure. People are dicks on set all the time, but they're not racist assholes most of the time.
but like people, what I'm trying to say is that people will still remember that. Like, even though like
right,
it happened years ago. Yeah.
That stuff doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't, because especially now when you just have everything like so easily recordable at your hands, like.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Christian Bale, one, it wasn't racist or anything like that. Two, I heard, I'm not 100% on this, but I heard that people were pretty much on his side with it. The guy who he was yelling at was kind of in the wrong for the most part, from what I understand.
Why? Because he plays Batman? That's why.
Who was the woman? Wasn't it? Didn't Lily Tomlin have a meltdown too? Screaming.
Oh, I don't know.
On Royal Tenenbaums.
That's
really
funny.
Lily Tomlin.
Yeah, the Lily
So did Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise with COVID. Yeah.
Yep. And you know what? If it's justified, people yell, people scream.
I just think the worst part. Look, there's racist tirades, and then there's Mel Gibson's tirade.
Yeah, because the thing is, his wasn't just racial. It was like
it was everything.
Against that. It was against that woman too. He was like putting her down and like.
Yeah.
What was he saying to her? Called her a pig
so
and something else.
So many things.
She dressed like a whore. And,
yeah.
That he wouldn't be. I'll never again. This to me.
You should blow me. That's what he screamed at her.
That I forgot. But I'll never forget. He said, because there's horrible racist things, and then he takes it this much further by saying that she was going to get, by a pack of.
Oh.
And he drops the N-word. The pack thing is so hyper insulting. Yeah.
It's just an extra layer. It's just another thing on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh, Kramer?
Oh, Kramer's was
Kramer's, that destroyed him completely.
that's what happened to him.
That was
Yeah.
brutal. Same thing, same kind of deal.
I always thought Seinfeld was wrong to try and put him. I mean, I get you're there for your buddy and everything, but that was so. Do you remember when he brought him out on
Oh yeah, someplace, right?
Letterman,
Vaguely.
and they tried to like put him back over and whatever, and people were like laughing in the middle of it, and Seinfeld was like, "Why are you laughing? We're being serious."
Oh
Yeah,
my
that I
God.
do remember. Yeah.
It
Oh,
was so
shit.
awkward. It was
Yeah.
so awkward. So anyway, Lethal Weapon 5 should be interesting. Taylor Swift.
Great recap.
We got to go through these quick. Taylor Swift put out a new album, and then she released, do I have this right? A 10-minute song?
No, she re-released a song, and originally it was 3 minutes. You know, obviously, like that's normal time, but she made it into 10 minutes. And let me just tell you something. This song has been on fucking repeat in my house, in my car,
Really?
since Friday.
Is it that good?
It is so fucking good. Okay.
Why is it? And do I have this right? Is it because she broke up with
Jake Gyllenhaal was the
Well,
inspiration for that song, right?
Inspiration for the song back in 2010.
Okay.
So they only dated like 3 months or so, but everybody's saying this. Here's what I love. He is the reason why she wrote the song. But let me just tell you, the fucking internet, man, oh, they're cold. On his most recent Instagram pictures, which were from October, everyone is commenting about the song. And it's just, again, I went down this rabbit hole. I kept scrolling down the picture, scrolling. Probably
So-
for a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes, just reading the comments.
So
on
people
the
just
picture.
they jumped on Jake Gyllenhaal's Instagram and just went nuts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What did Jake Gyllenhaal do? Was he
He
wrong?
didn't do anything. I mean,
I think they just dated and broke up. I don't think there was a big thing, right?
well, from the song,
Oh, I don't know which song this is.
it's like he led her on and like was a dick to her too while
Oh,
they were
okay.
going out. But then what she did was she released like it was like a 14-minute short film of the song with 2 actors. Actor and an actress who kind of like played them. So that's why it was so good too. It's so good, the song. Oh my God. I can't even fucking. And listen, I like her. I do. I think she's great. But now, I can't wait to karaoke this song. You don't even know.
Wow.
Oh, you'll be very popular with a 10-minute
Wow.
song at karaoke.
Yeah. I can't even like.
That it's so interesting that that's your take, because I feel like, I don't know, like how many times do we have to be here with her? That like, is she
No.
again? Is
And
she
people
tiring?
go. No, people are going nuts.
It's relatable, man. Everybody's into it, and she's awesome. So you can't deny it.
I mean,
So-
how do you get a boyfriend anymore?
I know. Who else is left?
She's Taylor Swift, baby.
You're just walking into a chopping block. You know she's going to turn
Yeah, but-
whatever is about to happen to you into a. Hold
Song.
on. You're lucky if it becomes a song.
Right.
It could be possibly the entire album.
Right.
And the way she drops albums, the half the country stops and listens to them. It's
Right.
insane.
It's so
You got-
it's so good.
But one day, she's gonna get the one
Yeah,
guy
one day.
that,
One
that
day.
it won't be a breakup.
I
So
wonder.
That'll be-
in the song, she mentions leaving a red scarf at his sister's house. So now in the comments, people are like, "Just return the scarf, Jakey. Just return the scarf."
Oh, I know that one. Okay, and from what I understand, they've talked to Maggie Gyllenhaal about it, and she doesn't know what she.
Yeah, they did ask her, and she's like, "I don't know.
I don't remember this.
know."
I don't think she knows about the scarf or what she's talking about.
And she also did it on SNL this weekend. She did that song on SNL.
I heard.
So good.
What did they let her do all 10 minutes, or did she?
Yep.
They let her do 10 minutes.
Yep.
This is the power of Taylor Swift. I wonder if that's probably
Holy
the record.
cow.
That's probably the longest
I
musical
wonder.
Unless
Unless it was like Metallica doing like,
Metallica, from what
a
I remember,
medley
was
of
only
their
on
songs.
once on
Really?
Saturday Night Live in the 90s, and they did 2 songs, and they were normal length.
okay, and that back to back.
No, they did 1 song, just the regular breaks, like you would know.
Wait, did she have a second song, or was that it? She did the one 10-minute thing.
To tell you the truth,
I gotta look now. I'm curious.
I think I fell asleep right after that. So I don't know, but so good.
I can't believe
Oh
they
my
let her do
God.
10. I remember when they wouldn't let Elvis Costello do Radio, and he did it, and then he started doing another song. He stopped, and then he started doing Radio, and it was like the biggest thing ever because Lauren got pissed.
Oh well.
And now you got Taylor Swift just going. I'm gonna take 10 minutes of your show.
It was, oh my God, so good. But you know what though? Like, I have to go to a concert of hers. I do.
You never seen her.
I've never seen her.
There's only one video of her.
Yeah, I can't find it if she
on
did 2
YouTube.
performances.
So I'm guessing she just did the one.
She was in one of the sketches, though.
She was.
Yes. Which was a good one too. So, but yeah, it was just so like you just have to go read the comments under the pictures because they're just great. You know, he's got to feel like a real dick this weekend.
You know what's crazy too? Adele is the other one who does that, and she could not be
Yes.
bigger right now.
I know.
Did you watch her special on Sunday?
I didn't, but I know that it was on. But yeah, she it's true. She writes about obviously exes and
Every one of
big,
her albums came after a breakup. Every one of them.
damn.
Yeah. She got married and had a kid. Nothing. She divorced her husband. Album.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go.
You know what? That hits home more. That's a more emotional. You know, the
God.
sad stuff makes great songs.
And she's dating somebody now. I forget who. A basketball player or somebody. If she doesn't break up with him, our next possible chance of getting a record from Adele is when her son goes off to college. Because I can't imagine anything else.
Yeah,
you know.
You gotta have sad stuff. Sad
Well,
stuff.
that's what they were saying. Like, we don't want Taylor to have a boyfriend that or get married because then that's it for us.
I know we just talked about Alex Jones. I feel like Taylor Swift is the Alex Jones of music.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's sabotaging her own relationships now.
Yep.
Isn't she? I think she's just very picky. That's all.
She's too far in. She couldn't find happiness with Jake Gyllenhaal.
You never know.
You could just tell from the song he was a dick. You could just tell.
Sometimes
and I like him. He's up there for me.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
He's one of my,
She dated Tom Hiddleston, Loki.
Did she?
From Marvel, yeah.
Didn't she date John Mayer?
Yes, she did.
Yep.
I mean, I could see him being a dick, though.
Oh, yeah. Dick with a big cock.
Dick and what? What'd you say?
Dick with a big cock.
Oh, is that right?
That's another rumor about him.
All right.
I saw him in Manhattan. I was walking down the street. He just
Did
walked
you
right
really?
by me. Walked right past me. I was like, as soon as he passed me, I went, it's freaking John Mayer. It's just a nowhere street, just in the middle of Manhattan.
Really? Oh, I would have been fucking nuts over that one too.
I didn't realize it until like he was already.
You're like
he was already 10 feet behind me.
Huh?
I was like, oh shit.
Buddy is wonderland. Start singing that to him.
I should have just yelled it, echoed it through the streets. Missed opportunity.
It happens.
Next time.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Sesame Street has added an Asian Muppet.
Sounds good.
This is my favorite part about this. Here's the thing. It's well intentioned. They're worried about the rise in Asian American violence.
Okay.
But I feel like the people who are being violent towards Asian Americans aren't watching
Sesame Street. Definitely not.
Yeah, but they're trying to work on the next generation.
Right. This is a long-term plan. This is the long-term art,
teach children,
which is good,
to be accepting of everyone.
And I'm not saying they shouldn't be doing this because there's no better time to start than now with anything.
Right. So
I just
kind of positive. No,
it's a positive. It is a positive, and I think it's going to be great long term. I really do. But I can't help but think like the 29-year-old piece of shit that's actually going out there hating on Asians for no reason is going to stop because
no, it might not do anything to stop.
Yeah.
But what's Sesame Street going to do other than, work on their own show and do whatever they can?
Yeah, they're doing their part. Exactly. They're doing their thing.
Right. I'm all in. I think it's great.
Forgive me. J-I-Young, Y-O-U-N-G-E. G Young? Is that
sounds
appropriate?
I don't know how it's pronounced, but that sounds okay. Ji
Close.
Young. Ji. Not sure.
Ji Young. Here she is. Why- I want to be in the meetings when they why were they like, I got an idea, everybody. Let's get G with Bert. Or is this Ernie or Bert? This is Ernie.
That's Ernie.
Oh, I have no clue.
Yeah.
Hey, Bert.
Should we just put out a picture of G? No, not good enough. Let's get
Well, to let you, I mean, that's a serious Sesame Street character. That he's one of the originals. You got to get him.
So.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe that's where she'll be appearing in sketches with them. Who knows?
Yeah, this ripped through my horrifically racist family, and I literally had like 7
Oh, God.
cousins today who were like, "Why don't we have an Italian puppet?" Like
We
why
do
don't
have an
Wow.
Italian Muppet.
There's an Italian Muppet,
Two.
New Zealand. Lou, look him up.
New Zealand.
Lou Zealand. He's the guy that throws fish at everybody.
Well, that's racist.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, that's
I don't know what to tell
definitely.
That is a fried calamari because I can
Look up
start writing a
Lou
letter.
Zealand.
Like New Zealand.
Right, but Lou Zealand.
Oh Jesus. Okay. All right.
You remember him?
Let's be honest. I was gonna sit here and slam my family for being awful, stereotypical assholes. Okay, that's a little the mustache. That's a little on the
Oh,
stereotypical
I'm
side
offended.
right there.
Thrill
What a
offended.
mustache.
What is that about?
It's a nice mustache.
Wow.
It's a healthy
I'm offended.
mustache.
He's
Right
wearing,
now, I'm
he's,
offended.
He's wearing a fucking pizza maker outfit right there. The pants with the red stripe down the side.
That's Lou, baby. And he throws fish at everybody for some reason.
How the hell do you even know that, Frank?
Because the Muppets are a fantastic thing.
Really?
Honestly, we have to get.
Plus,
you
they
help.
bleed into Star Wars a lot. There's a lot of Muppets in Star Wars.
Is that right?
Yeah, Yoda is a Muppet. Well, not really a Muppet. He was created by the Jim Henson Studios, though.
Right, but still, I don't want to consider him a Muppet.
He's not. There's a significant difference for.
Now, is Lou still on the show? Because I heard he was removed because after they added him, nobody on Sesame Street was paying for cable anymore, and they found the cable company came down and figured out that it was Lou that was hooking them all up.
Oh, I heard he was taken out because he was jumping on turtles and going through warp zones and throwing fireballs at people. That's what I heard.
A lot of people don't know this, Frank, but Lou Zealand wasn't actually the first Italian Muppet on Sesame Street.
Oh, really? What was
Yes.
the first Italian Muppet on Sesame Street?
There was a Jimmy Hoffa Muppet, but it went missing.
Hi-oh!
Did you guys plan these jokes before we started, or?
We did
What gave you
not.
that clue when I texted you earlier and said write jokes for this?
But Lou Zealand's the man. I always thought Oscar the Grouch was Italian. He always had that, that kind of gruff. I thought he sounded like maybe someone I knew. I don't know.
Because basically he sounded like all of our grandfathers.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
And his name was Oscar. That's kind of an Italian sounding name, or Hispanic or something. But I don't know. I mean, I always thought he was like a representative. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Did he have a second refrigerator in his house?
in his garbage pail. I'll have to check.
Lou
Because
Zealand
then
did.
he's Italian.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what about Snuffleupagus? That sounds more Greek than Italian.
That's definitely Greek. Yeah.
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 Big
that's
Bird.
definitely-
There's no telling with him.
Right.
Gonzo.
Oh yeah, Gonzo definitely could.
But he's
Wow.
from outer space, technically.
Which one is Gonzo now?
Which
The
one is
The one who
Gonzo?
looked like this
With the nose, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
blue guy with the
exactly.
Yeah.
nose.
with
couldn't-
the
he's from-
nose.
Right.
He's technically
the
an alien. He's from
nose.
outer space.
There's a big Italian nose.
I don't know.
You can't have an Italian Muppet though, because it'll be too much of an influence on all the other characters. For instance, all the Count will do is count items that fell off a truck, and you can't have that. He's got to be there to teach the alphabet. And
my God.
the
Wow, it's time for me to leave. My phone's gonna die.
Did you know James Gandolfini was on Sesame Street?
yeah,
He made an appearance, and it was very nice. You know, he came on
Aw.
as the height of The Sopranos, and he comes on and he's talking about the things that he's scared of, and one of the things was the dark, and
Oh my God.
it was very
The
very
feds.
heartwarming.
the feds.
Not having
Warrants.
gabagool in the fridge.
Imagine he comes on and goes, "Oh, what the What are you doing?
That's actually really good. That's a good impression. What the fuck is going on here?
Oh.
Where's my fucking lo mein?
I've been drinking
On
that
that note-
fucking lo mein all the way over here. Wait, we got two more things. You not want to see this, Janine?
My phone is
All
is
right.
actually going to die
All
or
right, go
blow
ahead.
up, or I'm going to die.
You're gonna miss how the
And
McRib is
blow
made.
up.
Throw
Go
a
ahead.
fish
What
at
is it? What am I missing?
How the McRib is made.
Nope, going to throw up. Goodbye.
Oh, the pee thing didn't make you throw up, but the
We
McRib is going to make you throw up.
We should make Janine watch that video that we made Frank watch the pee video.
I do really. Well, see now it's going to 5. Oh, it's gonna blow up.
Somebody yelled at me as to why you don't have a camera versus your phone. I just want you to know that.
I know because I need to get on my laptop.
I
Yeah,
I
why
can
don't you
get you a.
laptop it?
We can get you a camera. I just feel like you're not going to use it like all the other equipment we
Well,
got you.
Because
Yeah,
I'm missing
that's
that one piece for the other equipment. That's my
That's what
problem.
people don't know, that you have a lot of this equipment.
Mhm. And I have a huge microphone.
That's
Okay.
what he said?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Okay.
My phone really is gonna
All right, go
either
ahead.
die or blow up. Thank you. Have fun on the McRib. You'll never eat it again. Bye.
Thank you.
Two things on the McRib before we get to the McRib video. This was on Twitter, and I got to share this with you, Frank. They opened. Have you ever been to a? I don't think you have because they're not around here. But a Whataburger.
No.
What the hell is so special about a Whataburger? This is Kansas City. They opened up a Whataburger in Kansas City, and it
Is it
literally
like what a burger? Like what a burger?
yeah, Whata WATA. You know, right there.
WHATAB.
Look, it shut down the entire fucking city. Look at this line. There's a cop
Man.
there.
That's crazy.
That's
For a
fucking
Whataburger?
nuts.
I would rather than stay in that line. I'd rather just go home and make my own hamburger.
Yeah. Credit Mo Dot Kansas City for this video there.
Thanks, Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't even think. I mean, this. By the way, this looks like a Rollin' Roaster. That's the Rollin' Roaster orange.
It does look like and the font too, in the text on
Yeah.
the sign.
Very
But-
like 70s ish.
It's got to be a damn good burger, and I can't imagine there's a lot of big places in that area where it opened and there was that huge line. Because how good could it be that it's that people are lined up like that?
Like, that's what I'm saying. By the way, people line up for Chick-fil-A like this too. The Chick-fil-A lines around here are still nuts.
What I don't get is how there aren't more. What the hell is the place with PDQs? There should be more PDQs out there. That place is amazing.
I would agree. But look at that. This doesn't look like it's.
Doesn't look like anything special.
It doesn't look like anything special.
That looks like something out of Burger King, right there in the middle. Burger King,
Yeah.
same thing.
I don't get it.
No, I mean I can't imagine it's got to be where it opened up because there must not be a lot of stuff around in that area.
Boy, Kansas City.
And there's what is that guy?
This Whataburger man.
What I guess
Brown. I don't even know.
applying to water. I don't know what you call him, but I mean he's very happy. That's good.
I'll never forget. I interviewed for a
You might want to change the our.
oh
There you
sorry.
go.
A radio station in Kansas City one time. I got a random call from them. I forget what it was called. And they were like, "Oh, we're interested in you in hiring you, right? We have this position open." And I literally said to the girl, I'm in New York right now, right? She's like, "Yeah. No, I know." She's like, "Do you want to talk?" So I go, "Yeah, fine, I'll talk." And we talked for a long time, and we had a couple of phone interviews and stuff, but I'll never forget this. She said to me, we got down to it was like the third or fourth talk, and I was like, we haven't spoken about money, and I think now is probably the appropriate time to discuss that. We're spending a lot of time,
Yeah.
And she goes, I'll never forget. She goes, she's like, "Yeah, well, what are you looking for?" And I said, "Well, I have a wife and kids." And she goes, "What kind of person is your wife? Like, do they like nicer things?" And I was like,
No, she likes crap. She wants the worst clothes.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, this is the, this is the kind of car I drive now. This is the kind of house I have, so unless you're offering more, and I'll never forget this. She goes, well, she's like, what kind of a house are you looking for? You looking for like a Mercedes type of a house? Or are you more of like Honda people? And I'm like, first of all, I'm definitely more of a Honda person, but when you put it like that, I'm going to have to pass on this altogether because, like, what kind of a fucking analogy is that to begin with? Are you a Mercedes person or a Honda person? No, I want to put my family into a fucking 1-bedroom shack to come down there and talk to you idiots. And make
Are you saying
commercials for you.
Hondas are like 1-bedroom shacks?
No, I'm not. By the way, I think I even owned a Honda at the time. But I'm just saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. I am a Honda person, but that's not how you lure somebody away from another job. Do you know what I mean?
And that's where you ended it?
Yeah,
You're an ass.
that's where I ended it.
Why did you say what you give them the real, this is what I'm a Cadillac person or whatever. I'm like tell them where you are and see what they come up with.
I think I said to her, realistically, I think I said to her, I'm a Mercedes person and my wife is a Rolls Royce person.
Yikes.
So it's not going to work out.
But I think real estate wise, a buck goes a little further in Kansas than it does in New York.
Yeah, it does, but they still weren't paying. But you know what pissed me off? I wanted to just say to her, stop fucking around with people. Just tell me your thing fucking pays shit. Like I'm making more money.
Did you ever get a number from them?
No.
You're an ass. The ego on you.
How much could Kansas City really be fucking paying? I mean,
I don't know.
New
Is it
York
a morning show?
New York don't pay that much. Oh, that's a good question. I forget what it was. I know it was production. I'd be making spots too,
Basically, I'm trying to get you to move to Kansas City.
But I think about that often because I wonder, like, you wonder what your life would have been like if you made this decision or that decision,
Sure.
So anyway, that's that little tale. And then the making of the McRib. So the McRib is trending again because it's come back. Credit to Lucifer the Third.
Wait, maybe not.
Okay, Lucifer the Third on Twitter. Zay1098 on TikTok. Credit to them for this footage. Do you want to see how the McRib is made?
Can I guess first? My guess is it's a pink slime that gets poured into a mold, pressed, heated somehow, and then the barbecue sauce is just poured on top. That's my guess.
You're not far off. We don't see, this is from an employee's, like somebody at the store.
Okay.
So
they're made on site at the store, or they're made in a factory and shipped?
Factory and shipped frozen.
Okay. And this is the point of view from the factory?
Yeah.
Okay.
There they are in the drawer.
There's your pink slime, frozen.
Yeah. There it is. That does not look appealing.
Boy.
It just gets thrown on a grill.
Was that even a grill? At least it's on a grill and not in a microwave. I'll give him a point for that, but that's about it. All right, the buns are being toasted. Okay.
That's real bread. You can't deny them of that, Frank.
Toasted, nice. Okay.
Look at how disgusting those
real onions.
That's a disgustingly chopped onion.
Yeah, that's not very even. That's
then they pull it out of a drawer.
What?
There's your sauce.
Oh boy.
That is disgusting. I mean,
I kind of want a McRib now.
You disgust me.
Oh, look, they didn't even. That's a weird way to put the bun on. You just close the lid. You got to make sure that bun's on, close the bun first.
Do you?
No.
Got to make sure the fake meat is covered.
What is that slime, though? Is there meat in it? I'm sure there's preservatives and stuff, but what is that molded rib-shaped thing?
Yeah, it's probably ground up pork and fat, and then they press it in a mold and freeze it, and then they grill it up, and it maintains that little boneless ribs thing. What's crazy is it's a boneless rib patty, but it's shaped to have bones actually in it still.
Yeah, the bone part is actual patty,
Yeah.
which it shouldn't be. It should not look like it has bones in it.
Yeah.
You're right. That's funny.
It's fucking disgusting. And people love that saying. I know a guy.
I've had it. It's not terrible tasting. I'm sure it's awful for you, but I've had it.
I can't even remember the last time I had it. There's a guy that I don't know him, but we've talked a bunch over Twitter. He works for the NHL. And he used to do an Islanders podcast, which is how we started talking. And he fucking every time I only know the McRib comes out because every year he makes such a big deal out of the first like McRib getting the McRib again.
I mean, I don't know.
It's hard to eat that when you look at that.
I wouldn't be so. I get the fact that it's processed and molded and all that stuff. A lot of stuff like that is, but like the pan that it's in.
Right? Nothing else looked clean around it. Nothing.
No, like with the sauce, like if he took it was on the grill and he took a brush and brushed the sauce on, that might be a little more appealing. But the fact that you just dunk it in a friggin' pan that looks like it's been sitting under a radiator. No.
And it's got the hard, crusty sauce on the outside of the pan and everything.
Oh boy.
Fucking disgusting.
You know what they should do? This would be amazing if they did this. You know how there's the Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares?
Yeah.
They should do a Kitchen Nightmares in a fast food place.
That would
see how fucking just terrible it is.
That might kill Gordon Ramsay.
Right?
Well, have you seen you watch Gordon Ramsay on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I watch almost everything he does.
He does the thing where he like comments on people's cooking. I would love to see him comment on this.
Oh man, that would be great.
Oh, it's a fucking draw.
What is that molded crap? Oh man.
What upsets me the most of all is the way they fucking cut the onions. They're so like disgustingly shitty.
Yeah. I mean, I have to imagine they use a machine to cut the onions and they don't even look even and
Yeah.
They just look all like they dropped a handful of onions on the floor. None of them the same size or the same thickness. It's just very weird.
You know what messed me up? The way you just brought this memory back. The way you said, because I used to work at Nathan's when I was in, oh my God, high school?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Frank remembers those days. They had this thing where you would put the tomato in and you would just like a credit card machine, like, and it would slice them all. It ruined tomatoes for me because I can't now. When I have to cut a tomato, I'm like, fuck, I wish I had one of those things. It was
the greatest thing.
I loved it to slice a tomato.
It didn't mush the tomato. Like if the blade's dull, it doesn't smush it.
The blades were razor sharp, and I know this because I accidentally touched the blades one time, and I looked at my hand and I had 6 cuts across my entire.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I'll say this about Nathan's. I don't know if this is the case now. And I don't know if this is the case at like the rest stop Nathan's, or the really small ones.
Yeah.
But everything there for the most part was legitimately real food. Like the burgers.
As real as a hot dog could be.
Right. And it was a hot dog and the burgers were real burgers. We cut like real tomatoes.
The vegetables have to be real, and no matter where you are, you can't have fake tomatoes.
Right, but I'm saying like we slice them there, like like it didn't come like frozen in a box or anything. Like,
what about the meat? Like for a burger, that had to be frozen and shipped, or did you?
You know what? Not frozen, refrigerated,
okay.
but shipped and
that's fine. Yeah, you got to ship. You got to get your meat in. I'm sure.
And the French fries came, which again. And then this wasn't the case for everyone. Actually, I know that at the time, every one of them wasn't like that. But the French fries because we had the big location, came as potatoes.
And you had to cut them yourself.
Yeah, and you would put them in. You would put them in this. There was this huge cylinder thing with a sink right next to it, and you would just literally dump a bag of potatoes in there. This thing would roll these potatoes around, and the walls of the big vat were like. Yeah. It was like shingles. It was like rough, and it would beat the skin right off of them, and then you would dump them out into the water, You'd pick them up out of one sink and dump them into another one, and there was no skin, no nothing. And then you put them in this clamp where you would open it up and you would put it down, and it would slice the potato one way. And then when you pulled it back up to open it, it would slice it the other way and put it back into the sink.
Damn.
It was a real, and you had like a basket in there. And so it would catch it all. And then once you filled the basket, you picked it up and you put it on the rack to dry. And that's why the fries at Nathan's are so
I freaking love the fries
good.
at Nathan's.
They're the best.
The giant crinkle cut steak fries.
Best ever.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, we got to leave it there.
I got to go get some Nathan's. How late do they open?
You worked in a deli. Did they have like slicers like that for the tomatoes, or you had to like legit?
No,
you had
we had the deli
slicers.
slicers. Deli like Kramer had.
Right.
Just but
Like
where
paper
does the
thing.
meat go? we had deli slicers. We had like 3 or 4 of them in the place.
Did you slice the tomatoes on those things?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I like on those is the lettuce. I like when they slice the lettuce on them and it gets that like stringy.
I like lettuce like that too when it's stringy. Whole leaf lettuce is fine, but when it's sliced and stringy, it reminds me of like a Big Hero, and
Yeah.
it's just better. I don't know.
Oh, there's something to me Saturday afternoon getting a big fat fucking Italian bread.
Oh,
I'm just making just fresh cold cuts, even if it's not super sodden, all the Italian, even if it's just ham and cheese, just a fresh fucking hero sandwich on a Saturday afternoon.
oh boy.
There's nothing. A little tater salad in there, and some chips.
That's nice. I discovered a deli right by me, and I've been getting their Italian heroes. It's not bad. I got to tell them no onions. One time I said no onions. They're like, no, we don't put onions on there. I said, okay, great. Then the next time I went, I didn't say no onions, and there was onions on there. I was like, oh, wonderful.
I hate that. I hate those stupid little miscommunications.
Yeah. And my rule of thumb, and it was a good one when we were when I was working at the deli, was if you don't want onions, don't say onions, because the person listening to you will hear the word onions. They might not hear the word no. And you say, oh, I want a ham and cheese, lettuce, tomato, no onions, pickles, this and that. And it's like you hear onions and you just go, all right, onions.
Yeah.
So if you don't want something, don't mention it.
Yeah, I don't think you have to. Yeah. Right.
But when I say Italian hero, it's not exactly clear of what all the stuff is that you put on there. So sometimes there are onions on there, sometimes there aren't. So I have to now say no onions because sometimes they include it. And I'm like, no, get them off.
Great rule of thumb.
No good.
This was very insightful.
It's going in the book.
It has to.
That'll be at the last chapter. My deli preferences.
My deli order is like a phone number now. I say I like American, like ham. I'll say, here's what I really love: roast beef, turkey, and ham. The American combo, basically. American cheese, lettuce, tomato, mayo. Like it's that little like inflection, like in your phone number.
Lettuce, tomato, mayo is definitely the way. That's the way you say lettuce, tomato, mayo. You can't say it. Tomato, mayo, and lettuce. It's like, no, lettuce, tomato, mayo.
Yeah.
That's like salt, pepper, ketchup. When you get an egg sandwich, salt, pepper, ketchup.
Yeah.
Nope.
Do you get salt, pepper, ketchup on your egg sandwich?
Salt, pepper, no ketchup. I'm not against ketchup. I just don't usually get it.
Yeah, I know. Everybody makes a big deal out of like, oh, this is so you. I hate these fucking people. It's how your New Yorkers out of there, bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, and I'm like,
Salt, pepper, ketchup.
Nobody fucking does that. What is this guy talking about?
I could, if I had a sandwich with salt, pepper, ketchup on my eggs, I'm fine with it. But I'm not. I'd say 1 out of 20, maybe even more than that. 1 out of 30 would be ketchup.
Put ketchup
Maybe
on
not.
it, yeah.
Maybe not even that much.
What about this? Is an Italian thing too. Man, we're so late. But potatoes and eggs.
I like potatoes. A nice omelet, potato and egg omelet out of the oven.
Well, in bread though, like on Heroes, did you ever?
Oh yeah.
Like,
see, I never really got into that too much because whenever I had it, it was big slices of onions in it.
Oh, see,
you ever have that?
No,
You didn't put onions. Yeah. Whenever I had it,
it was just potatoes. Which, by the way, potatoes, eggs on bread is such fucking peasant food. Like you can't
delicious.
get more peasanty than that, and it is
wonderful.
It's home. It's just it reminds you of childhood.
The 2 omelets big growing up with that one and the broccoli. Nice broccoli omelet out of the oven with breadcrumb, broccoli, maybe some egg to hold it together. And
We never did that ever.
oh, good
Yeah.
stuff. Like
For
garlic.
breakfast?
No, like a dinner thing. Like my mom would make pasta with broccoli, and then she'd take the broccoli left over and make a couple of omelets out of it. And while we're eating pasta and broccoli, we'd have pieces of omelet too. Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
that's amazing.
You think this is like shitty? Like, because I always like look down upon breakfast for dinner, but
I love breakfast for dinner.
me too. But I was always, it's not like that. When Dad hit hard times, when the strike went a little longer than it was supposed to, we had a lot of breakfast for dinner in the old Anthony household.
Nothing wrong with that.
But every year my uncle's gift to the kids in the family is a dinner out with him, and he always goes to a ridiculous like 5-star restaurant, like probably drops thousands of dollars on one meal. It's insane, but it's become a tradition and we love it. The last place we went to, one of the premier items was a tableside omelet. And it was like, I can't even tell you, Frank, like $294 for a tableside omelet. And I go, he goes, you want to get the tableside omelet? And I go, no. I'm like, that is absurd. And there is no fucking way this would be justifiably. He's like, but they come to you. They're going to make it right here. I'm like,
Or they make it here or they make it 20 feet away in the kitchen. Doesn't matter to me.
I go, you're fucking falling for it, man.
Yeah.
Get over
This
it.
isn't Benihana's.
Yeah. I'm like,
I don't need the
don't
show.
do it.
I don't need
He's
the
like-
onion volcano.
He's like, no, let's fucking, all right. So
Hey.
he orders this fucking thing. The guy comes out.
Better be an ostrich fucking egg.
It was a regular egg, and it was I see this tiny little pot, and I go, they saw my uncle coming. This fucking sucker. This tiny little thing. The guy whips it up, makes it, and he's putting all this like little tiny things in there. And I'm watching him, and I look at one thing, and I said to the guy, "Goes that truffles?" He goes, "Oh yeah."
Oh boy.
Oh.
There's your $200 and whatever dollars.
I go, now I get it. I ate that omelet. It was the best fucking egg I ever had in my entire life. It was so fucking good.
You know what it is about truffles, boy. But
Oh,
the price goes from here to fucking here.
it's
every
so
time.
good though.
Oh
Let me tell
yeah.
you something else. All right, we have to go. I was running around shopping 2 weeks ago. Nothing to eat. I was by myself. I dropped my parents over at the airport, running around. I'm like, I don't want to eat shitty, but I got to run. I don't have a lot of time. So there was a Shake Shack right nearby where I was. And I was like, let me run over there. Because Shake Shack is actually good food. Like everybody, even Bourdain said it before he would say, if you got $20 and you want a great meal, go to Shake Shack. That's
You know, it's weird. I've never had a meal at Shake Shack.
Are you for real? We should go. It's
should.
really, it's a great.
I've had a shake. I've never had the meal.
No, it's a great burger. And their cheese fries are good rivals.
Oh, I love cheese fries.
Nathan's. It's really, really crinkle cut too. So you'd love it.
Oh boy.
Anyway, they got a new, whatchamacallit, truffle burger there. And it's real, and truffles are expensive. So I mean, it's the
So
sauce.
is this a legit truffle? Like there's different kinds of truffles. I feel.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
So this is probably not the high end truffle.
This is not the high end truffle, but it's still a truffle regardless. Like McDonald's isn't putting truffles on their fucking menu
they're not.
anytime soon. And I'm sure they stretched this truffle in the cheese sauce, but legitimately it was delightful. This truffle burger that they had. It was really, really good. Really strong.
I'm fucking starving. I don't care how late it is. I'm eating something when we stop.
You're just in your kitchen eating fucking pretzels, dreaming about truffles.
boy.
And fucking
I wish this was
broccoli
a
omelets.
truffle. Pretzel, why can't you be a truffle?
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Don't forget to grab your Jumpstart Coffee Company. It goes great with a broccoli omelet, whether it has a truffle in it or not. Okay.
Yes.
15% off, promo code AOA15. Link in the description below. Merch store is open right now.
Got my mug.
Frank's
Beautiful
got his
thing.
mug right there. Loving that. Look at that bad boy. Beautiful.
That's a nice, beautiful mug we got.
That
here.
is a beautiful mug. Put some Jumpstart coffee in there, and you are fucking set, baby.
Golden.
Set.
That's gold, Jerry. Gold.
We'll catch you on the next one. Is broccoli omelet a meal, or is that? I'm gonna save the meal for next time.
If you have soup with it.